Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Thomas Sandor Townsend, your licensed massage therapist and your certified meditation instructor. Today we're discussing, again in Chapter 5, Part 2, in the book Mindfulness in Plain English by Bhante Gunaratana. Today we're discussing what to do when the mind wanders away. Let's get into it. In spite of our concerted effort to keep the mind on your breathing, the mind will likely wander away. It may go to past experiences, and suddenly you may find yourself remembering places you visited, people you met, friends not seen for a long time, a book you read long ago, the taste of food you ate yesterday, and so on. As soon as you notice that your mind is no longer on your breath, mindfully bring it back and anchor it there. However, in a few moments, you may be caught up again thinking how to pay your bills, to make a telephone call to your friend, write a letter to someone, do your laundry, buy your groceries, go to a party, plan your next vacation, and so forth. As soon as you notice that your mind is not on your subject, bring it back mindfully. Following are some suggestions to help you gain the concentration necessary for the practice of mindfulness. Number 1 is counting. While breathing in, count 1, 1, 1, 1 until the lungs are full of fresh air. While breathing out, count 2, 2, 2, 2 until the lungs are empty of fresh air. Then, while breathing in again, count 3, 3, 3, 3 until the lungs are full again, and while breathing out, count 4, 4, 4, 4 until the lungs are empty of fresh air. Count up to 10 and repeat as many times necessary to keep the mind focused on the breath. The second method of counting is counting rapidly up to 10 while counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Breathe in and again while counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Breathe out. This means that with one exhalation you should count up to 10, and with one inhalation you should count up to 10. Repeat this way of counting as many times as necessary to focus the mind on the breath. The third method of counting is to count in succession up to 10. At this time, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only up to 5 while inhaling, and then count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 while exhaling. Again, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, only up to 7 while inhaling, then count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 while exhaling. Count up to 9 while inhaling and count up to 10 while exhaling. Repeat this way of counting as many times necessary to focus the mind on the breath. The fourth method is to take a long breath. When the lungs are full, mentally count 1 and breathe out completely until the lungs are empty of fresh air. Then, mentally 2. Take a long breath and again count 3. Breathe out completely as before. When the lungs are empty of fresh air, count mentally 4. Count your breath in this manner up to 10. Then count backward from 10 to 1. Count again from 1 to 10 and then 10 to 1. The fifth method is to join inhaling and exhaling. When the lungs are full of fresh air, mentally 1. This time, you should count both inhalation and exhalation as 1. Again, inhale and exhale, and mentally count 2. This way of counting should be done only up to 5 and repeated from 5 to 1. Repeat this method until your breath becomes refined and quiet. Remember that you are not supposed to continue your counting all the time. As soon as your mind is locked at the nostril tip, where the inhalation and exhalation touch, you begin to feel that your breathing is so refined and quiet that you cannot notice inhalation and exhalation separately. You should give up counting. Counting is only used to train the mind to concentrate on one object. Number 2, connecting. After inhaling, do not wait to notice the brief pause before exhaling, but connect that inhaling with exhaling, so you can notice both inhaling and exhaling as one continuous breath. Number 3 is fixing. After joining inhaling and exhaling, fix your mind on the point where you feel your inhaling and exhaling breath touching. Inhale and exhale is one single breath, moving in and moving out, touching or rubbing the rims of the nostrils. Focus your mind like a carpenter. A carpenter draws a line on a board that he wants to cut. Then he cuts the board with his saw along the straight line he drew. He does not look at the teeth of his saw as they move in and out of the board. Rather, he focuses his attention on the line he drew so he can cut the board straight. Similarly, keep your mind straight on the point where you feel the breath at the rims of your nostrils. Number 5, make your mind like a gatekeeper. A gatekeeper does not take into account any detail of the people entering a house. All he does is notice people entering the house and leaving the house through the gate. Similarly, when you concentrate, you should not take into account any detail of your experiences. Simply notice the feeling of your inhaling and exhaling breath as it goes in and out right at the rims of your nostrils. As you continue your practice, your mind and body become so light that you may feel as if you are floating in the air or on water. You may even feel that your body is springing up into the sky. When the grossness of your in and out breathing has ceased, subtle in and out breathing arises. This very subtle breath is your mind's object of focus. This is a sign of concentration. This first appearance of a sign object will be replaced by a more and more subtle sign object. This subtlety of the sign can be compared to the sound of a bell. When a bell is struck with a big iron rod, you hear a gross sound at first. As the sound fades away, the sound becomes very subtle. As you keep your mind focused on the rims of your nostrils, you will be able to notice the sign of the development of meditation. You will feel the pleasant sensation of a sign. Earlier in your practice, you had inhaling, exhaling as objects of meditation. Now you have the sign as the third object of meditation. When you focus your mind on the third object, your mind reaches a state of concentration sufficient for the practice of insight meditation. This sign is strongly presented at the rims of the nostrils. Master it and gain full control of it so that whenever you want it, it should be available. Unite the mind with this sign that is available in the present moment and let the mind flow with every succeeding moment. As you pay bare attention to it, you will see that the sign itself is changing every moment. Keep your mind with the changing moments. Also notice that your mind can be concentrated only on the present moment. This unity of mind with the present moment is called momentary concentration. As moments are incessantly passing away one after another, the mind keeps pace with them, changing with them, appearing and disappearing with them, without clinging to any of them. If we try to stop the mind at one moment, we end up in frustration because the mind cannot be held fast. It must keep up with what is happening in the new moment, as the present moment can be found any moment. Every waking moment can be made a concentrated moment. To unite the mind with the present moment, you must find something happening in that moment. However, you cannot focus your mind on every changing moment without a certain degree of concentration to keep pace with the moment. Once you gain this degree of concentration, you can use it for focusing your attention on anything you experience. The rising and falling of your abdomen, the rising and falling of your chest area, the rising and falling of any feeling, or the rising and falling of your breath or thoughts, and so on. As your mindfulness develops, your resentment for the change, your dislike for the unpleasant experience, your greed for the pleasant experiences, and the notion of all selfhood will be replaced by the deep awareness of impermanence, unsatisfactoriness, and selflessness. This knowledge of reality and your experience helps you to foster a more calm, peaceful, and mature attitude toward your life. You will see what you thought in the past to be permanent is changing with such inconceivable rapidity that even your mind cannot keep up with these changes. Somehow you will be able to notice many of the changes. You will see the subtlety of impermanence and the subtlety of selflessness. This insight will show you the way to peace and happiness and will give you the wisdom to handle your daily problems in life. When the mind is united with the breath, flowing all the time, we will naturally be able to focus the mind on the present moment. We can notice the feeling arising from contact of the breath with the rims of our nostrils. As the earth element of the air that we breathe in and out touches the earth element of our nostrils, the mind feels the flow of air in and out. The warm feeling arises at the nostrils or any other part of the body from the contact of the heat element generated by the breathing process. The feeling of impermanence of breath arises when the earth element of flowing breath touches the nostrils. Although the water element is present in the breath, the mind cannot feel it. Everything in the universe has the same rhythm of expansion and contraction. Like our breath in our body, all of them are rising and falling. However, our primary concern is the rising and falling phenomenon of the breath and minute parts of our minds and bodies. However, if we watch our breathing without desiring calmness and without resenting the tension arising from the breathing in and out, and experience only the impermanence, the unsatisfactoriness, and selflessness of our breath, our mind becomes peaceful and calm. The mind does not stay all the time with the feeling of breath. It goes to sounds, memories, emotions, perceptions, consciousness, and mental formations as well. When we experience these states, we should forget about the feeling of breath and immediately focus our attention on these states, one at a time, not all of them at one time. As they fade away, we let our mind return to the breath, which is the home base the mind can return to from quick or long journeys to various states of mind and body. We must remember that all these mental journeys are made within the mind itself. Every time the mind returns to breath, it comes back with a deeper insight into impermanence, unsatisfactoriness, and selflessness. The mind becomes more insightful from the impartial and unbiased watching of these occurrences. The mind gains insight into the fact that this body, these feelings, the various states of consciousness, and numerous mental formations are to be used only for the purpose of gaining deeper insight into the reality of this body-mind complex. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I greatly appreciate you tuning in. Tune in for Chapter 6, and we'll be discussing what to do with your body. Love you. Peace. Be well.